Ministry of Environment, Forest, Government of India, Principal Secretary, Forest, Government of Andhra Pradesh, ADG Wildlife, PCCF Andhra Pradesh, esteemed guests who have come from various states, the Chief Wildlife Wardens of the states, Director WI, the senior officials from the Ministry, ADG FC, ADG NTCA, CEO CAMPA, and I see a lot of dignitaries in the audience, but I cannot, I would use a generic thing. There's all the people who are concerned for the welfare of elephants who have gathered here. I would begin by thanking the Government of Andhra Pradesh for hosting all of us to this wonderful event. As ADG Wildlife mentioned, we are having event after event last 5 years. And I have been fortunate to attend 3 programs in a row. And this program is also one of the finest programs which has been organized by the Government of Andhra Pradesh. Elephant, as we know, is a very, very important species. This is the keystone species, is the umbrella species, and this species, the survival of this species basically signals a lot of good things about our forest. The states which are having the population of elephants, they should be complimented on this day for the efforts which they have put in, because managing elephant population is not an easy task. In India, we have a special responsibility because we have almost 60% of the Asian elephant population and some of the finest elephant landscapes, as were mentioned by previous speakers, like the Nilgiri landscape, one of the finest landscape. And we all are custodian of those landscapes and we are managing them well. On this day, I would like to mention a few things which the ministry has done, which the Project Elephant Division has done. And I must recognize before all of you there's ADG Wildlife who is steering or spearheading the Project Elephant. He has been very, very instrumental, very concerned about the welfare of this species in our country. So I would very briefly mention that what we have done in the last maybe 1 or 2 years. We all know that Project Elephant was launched in the year 91-92 and it had got 3 basic objectives. One was protection of elephants, their habitats and the corridors. Then the second one was the mitigation of human-elephant conflict. And third one was the welfare of captive elephants, which is a very important subject for all of us because we all know we also have a very substantial population of captive elephants in our country. If I begin with the recent developments which have happened, the first thing I would like to mention here, the All India Synchronized Elephant Estimation. This kind of estimation was a highly scientific and very sophisticated exercise which involved the DNA-based mark recapture methodology, which happened for the first time in our country. And it involved analysis of some 22,000 dung samples which are collected from all over the country. Director WI should also be complimented for the same because he was also instrumental along with the ministry. He also kept pace and involved his team. The entire team did a wonderful job. And because of this methodological change, the figure gave us a new baseline based on a very, very scientific database. Secondly, we also did the DNA profiling of captive elephants and we uploaded that information in the Gaj Suchna platform, which strengthened the identification, traceability and welfare of captive elephants, and a lot of malpractices which were happening in that area were stopped. As Pandeyji mentioned, the regional action plans. We all know that elephants is an animal of landscape. It doesn't know the state boundaries. It has to move, it has to survive, and it has to migrate. So a new direction in the management of elephant population was given with preparation of regional action plans for elephant conservation. And it also involved a very, very critical thing, that was human-animal conflict, which was so prominent and which was something which was a challenge before all of us. So these regional approaches have already been introduced for two major landscapes. One is the southern India landscape and the other one is northeastern India landscape, and which recognizes that these regional approaches should ensure the habitat restoration and coordinated response to conflict. So you can say that next generation of elephant conservation, the efforts of ministry and all of you, they have moved from state-wise management to landscape and regional management. I would also like to mention the human-animal conflict here, because there are a lot of issues which have been a challenge before all of us, like the habitat fragmentation, the loss of connectivity, the expansion of agriculture and settlements, and most importantly, the availability of attractive crops for the elephants, which they prefer. And this changing land use pattern and the development of infrastructure, which is coming up at a very fast pace, has given us a more difficult task. The burden of conflict, we must appreciate here, is also not evenly distributed. There are certain landscapes which are having very, very disproportionate human casualties despite having relatively small elephant populations. I think you all know a lot of background about this, so I would not be going deeper into this. So now the objective is, it has shifted rather, it is shifted from driving away the elephant from villages to understand the underlying cause of conflict and create safer and predictable movement pathways. So these elephant corridors, we have a lot of elephant corridors, 150 elephant corridors, where there is a lot of demand that this should be legally recognized. But at least the corridors have been identified, and these corridors have given us a good ground to work on their protection and their management. Thirdly, I would like to mention that we have also gone ahead and done a very novel thing. Because we know that infrastructure is coming up at a very fast pace, we are a developing country and a lot of things we have to do under this thing. So the infrastructure related issues are to be handled in a very scientific manner. You would be happy to know that last year the ministry took a decision that whatever road alignments, whatever rail alignments are coming up in the country, there should be a technical team who should look into that alignment at the very beginning, at the project formulation stage. And the WI plays a very, very important role in that, because they have devoted some of the very competent faculty members, their scientists who basically get in touch with NHAI and railway people and all those people who are involved in development of linear projects, and they guide them that which could be the best kind of alignment which can be adopted so that it doesn't result into conflicts any further. So these 3-4 things have been done very, very recently. I would also like to mention here the critical railway stretches which have been identified in the country. There are probably 77 in number, and we have also recommended a lot of mitigation structures. 705 is the number. The most prominent one, probably you all have visited Dehradun in the very recent past. You might have seen the elevated highway which connects Dehradun and Mohan. In the end, I would also like to mention the communities, because Project Elephant puts a lot of emphasis on community involvement, and we always make it a point that the communities who are contributing towards elephant conservation should be recognized, and they should also be empowered. So these communities, the Gram Sabhas, the frontline staff, the traditional knowledge holders, they are recognized, and probably, not probably, I know that is happening after this. We also recognize the staff who have contributed to this. Not to forget the management of captive elephants, because elephant conservation also includes welfare of captive elephants. There are states who are with us today, like the state of Tamil Nadu, the state of Kerala, who have done wonderful work in DNA profiling and managing these populations. So we can say that the future of elephant conservation It wouldn't depend on the sheer numbers. We won't be like patting on our back by the strength of numbers only. We should basically look at our performance, that how secure the landscapes are, how lesser the conflicts are. So that is the actual thing we should be looking at and we should be focusing at. And I'm sure all of you who have come from far corners of this country, they very well understand the significance of this particular thing. And you all are putting your sincere efforts in these directions. So I would compliment and congratulate all of you for the work which you have done, and I wish all the success in your endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those words. It is this encouragement which drives us on a daily basis towards working towards elephant conservation. Thank you so much, sir. I'd now like to invite Shri Tanmay Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, to deliver his address. Sir.
Honorable Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh Ji. Honorable Deputy CM, Shri Konidala Pawan Kalyan Ji. My colleague in the Ministry, DG Forest, Shri Sushil Awasthi Ji. ADG Wildlife, Shri Ramesh Pandey Ji. Shri Kanti Lal Ji, Principal Secretary, Environment and Forest, Government of Andhra Pradesh. PCCF, Dr. P.V. Chalpati Rao, all the esteemed dignitaries present today in the audience, children from various schools, forest guards, community representatives, chief wildlife wardens, and all those who have gathered here today on the occasion of World Elephant Day. It is a proud moment for all of us, and I take this opportunity by complimenting Government of Andhra Pradesh and Deputy CM who is present here today for hosting this function in Andhra Pradesh, which has emerged as another habitat for elephants. Thank you, sir, for hosting this program and for bringing together various stakeholders today under one common roof. I take this opportunity to also compliment all those who have been involved in, conservation of elephants, protection of their landscape, protecting the captive elephants, and all those, right from the forest guard to the community representative, to the veterinary doctors, to all those who have been really, involved in this effort. And to add to this, the innovative program of Hanuman, which I was just mentioned by PCCF, that is another healing touch to the elephant conservation. I again compliment Government of Andhra Pradesh for taking this initiative. I also take this opportunity to thank all the children who participated in huge numbers. I am told that more than 20,000 schools participated, more than 20 lakh children participated, and the awareness that it must have generated across this country deserves a round of applause. I think children, when they get involved in anything, they do so with utmost sincerity, and they involve their parents, the neighborhood, and the awareness it creates about wildlife, habitat, and their conservation and preservation would go a long way in upholding our rich tradition and culture. Our culture has always taught us to treat the world as one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is our motto, is our innate nature. We have welcomed not only, people from different walks of life, from different cultures, tradition in our country, and they have got assimilated and become one. We have welcomed the various wildlife. They symbolize different, vehicles for different gods, goddesses. And that is our tradition. Our tradition is to live in harmony with nature. Our tradition is to respect nature. And World Elephant Day reminds us again of that rich tradition and culture. The importance of elephant is something that we have all, ever since our childhood, we have always, respected, revered. We have always looked up to Lord Ganesh, to elephant as a very good omen, as Ramesh Pandey ji mentioned. And there's one shlok in Sanskrit, which I'll just, read out for you. Gaja Shakti Matam Shrestho, Gaja Shaures Karanam, Gaja Kirti Karo Nityam, Gaja Saubhagya Vardhana. Among the mighty, the elephant is supreme. It represents courage, strength, glory, and prosperity. And that is one wildlife, one animal which we have always, always welcomed. And in our childhood days, from those who have not seen elephant in the wild, to see elephant walking down the street itself, evokes a lot of positive sentiments. So where are we in conservation of elephants? Where have we gone wrong? Have we gone wrong? Is it a time to introspect? Is this day reminding us of our duties towards this important species? Are we reminded of the constitutional obligations, our duties under the fundamental duties, the directive principles of state policy which enjoins upon us to protect the environment? In our day-to-day lives, how much time do we actually devote to protecting nature, to protecting the environment? These are issues that we need to ponder. While, as DG Forest has mentioned, we host 60% of the Asia's elephant, the total world's wild elephant population. There are 33 elephant reserves and 150 corridors. So basically, what has happened is, over a period of time, as we have progressed, as we have a dream of becoming a developed nation by 2047, the Viksit Bharat dream of becoming a developed nation by 2047, we also must remember that we have to attain that excellence in the field of environment conservation, ecological excellence also. As Honorable Prime Minister has mentioned often, that economy and ecology needs to grow together. Prakriti and Pragati need to go together. And our Honorable Minister in various forums has already mentioned all this. We are missing him today on this occasion because of his important schedule. He could not come here. But often he has also reiterated the same thing. So it is not one against the other. Development is not at the cost of environment. Environment is not at the cost of development. Sustainable development needs to take both in its stride. And it pains us to see that elephants get killed, not because of anything that we do, but because of our planning process. The accidents, we have lost around 80 elephants over the past 4 years in train accidents. We have introduced technologies to prevent such accidents, but then there's a lot more to be done. So while we have made strides, what needs to be done is what needs to be, remembered and absorbed and implemented in our action plan. And to that extent, the regional action plan that has been thought of to protect the landscape across all the 14 range states is a welcome step. Today, as ADG Wildlife mentioned, we'll be releasing 4 such regional action plans. So we are talking about protection of our corridors, because elephants would move from one place to the other in search of their own food, water, and habitat. Then as they move, we need to make these corridors a livable place for them. And for that, we need to look into the various aspects of habitat conservation that is important. So corridors need to be protected. Then our infrastructure projects that we undertake need to be made sensitive to wildlife, more so for such elements which are always on the move. So it is in their home that we are entering with roads, entering with railway network, entering with transmission lines, entering with water supply projects, entering with pipelines. So basically, we are fragmenting their habitat. So whose duty it is to protect? It is our duty to see that when the actual inhabitants of those places, they move, our infrastructure doesn't come in their way. Our infrastructure facilitates such movement, and that is what we need to do. And for that, the technology that we have, the radio collars that we have, the early warning systems that we have, the GPS system that we possess, the infrared cameras that we can use, make use of, all those things are basically tools to enable the elephant to move peacefully, calmly from one place to the other, and we must welcome them. And for that, we need to move to the community. If the community is, welcoming in nature, if the community knows that the elephants will come, we need to take care of them through this method, just as we take care of our guests at home, then the world will be a much better place to live in. The community will enjoy the movement of elephants. The community would welcome them, and there will be peaceful coexistence. But for that, we need to also develop the landscape. So landscape-based approach is what has been emphasized. Since 1992, we have been implementing Project Elephant, and for that, we have come to a stage when we now have a holistic vision, the range states. Then they need to develop the landscape for elephant movement. And for that, one step further would be to actually build the capacity of a frontline conservation workforce, the forest guards, the veterinary doctors, the Mahavats who take care of the captive elephant, to provide them timely relief. So the approach today, and which is timely, is to move from only species conservation to the actual landscape-based conservation efforts. From stopping calling it at man-animal conflict, because animal is not in conflict. Animal is where it was. We have come in conflict. So we need to move from this approach towards a paradigm shift and call it a peaceful coexistence of man and animal. So we need to live peacefully and coexist together with elephants and with other wildlife. So this is the theme with which we should go back and work on our approach and see that we need not get afraid, we need not get panicked by the presence of wild animals, but we need to see how best we can develop their habitat so that they can live peacefully and we can also live peacefully. The country can progress and the world can see a model of development which is not one against the other, but which is one with another. With these words, I thank the organizers of today's function and the government of Andhra Pradesh for organizing this function. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the criticalities and challenges in elephant conservation, and the steps you have put forth will definitely assist the entire gamut of people who are here in managing elephants across the landscapes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the releases. I would first request the Honorable Minister of State and Honorable Deputy CM Andhra Pradesh to release the document titled 30 Giant Steps This particular document highlights the various initiatives taken by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change towards securing the future of our elephants. Sir, if you could please release these documents. Thank you, sir. Our next document for release is the Regional Action Plan for the Southern Indian states. As has been highlighted by all the previous speakers, this is an important document which will help in securing our elephant populations in the Southern Indian landscape. Sir. I would now request the dignitaries on the dais to release a very innovative and novel document, a special issue of the Journal of Wildlife Science, as well as a monograph which is published in the Journal of Wildlife Science. And I will also request which all students are waiting for. I would like to first announce the results of the National Painting Competition. Unfortunately, the students could not join us today, but we would be showcasing the pictures they made, sir. The first prize goes to Hari Paran of Shri Aurobindo Mira School, Tamil Nadu. So you can appreciate the painting which was made. The second prize in this series goes to Aditi Behera of Odisha. A big round of applause, please. The first prize in this series goes to Ujan Chattopadhyay from West Bengal. Thank you. Our next category of awards is for the local level competition which was held here. The award was judged in two categories, from classes 6 to 8, and the second category was class 9 to 12. I'll first announce the class 6 to 8 category, in which the third prize goes to G. Niharika. So if you can please come on stage to receive your prize from the Honorable Ministers. K. Shravani of SVLN ZPG High School, Visakhapatnam. Thank you, sir. We would now be announcing the Gaj Gaurav Awards. As you are all aware that this award has been instituted by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change last few years and has been given on the occasion of World Environment Day every year. The first Gaj Gaurav Award goes to A. Shri Jubal Nayak, posthumously from Odisha. He was unable to come to the occasion today, so I would request Rita Rani Shetty, Section Officer from the Odisha Forest Department, to kindly receive the award on his behalf. Shri Jubal Nayak worked under extreme difficult circumstances during this field and in an operation for driving out elephants
Today is a proud day for Andhra Pradesh. For the first time, our state is hosting the national level World Elephant Day celebrations in coordination with the Project Elephant Division of the Government of India. I sincerely thank Honorable Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Shri Bhupendra Yadavji, for giving Andhra Pradesh this opportunity and for his continued support all the time. My heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Chief Minister Sri Chandrababu Naidu Garu for making this happen. And I also welcome Honorable Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Shri Kirtivardhan Singh Ji. And also in chat, I realized he's also handling another portfolio for external affairs. And handling two ministries is quite a tough job, I could see that. And I would like to thank you, sir, for giving your time in such a short notice amidst your hectic schedule. And I would like to welcome Secretary Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Shri Tanmay Kumarji. And I welcome Director General of Forest, Special Secretary, Government of India, Shri Sushil Kumar Ashwaji. I would like to welcome Additional Director General of Forest, Government of India, Shri Ramesh Pandeyji. And I would like to welcome Principal Secretary, Environment and Forest Department, Government of India, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Kantilal Dande ji. I'd like to welcome Principal CCF and Chief Wildlife Warden, Shri P.V. Chilpatra Garu. And I'd like to welcome Inspector General of Forestry, Vaibhav Mathur ji. And I also extend my warm greetings to the additional secretaries. I'd like to also like to extend my warm greetings to the additional secretaries, joint secretaries, senior representatives and authorities of the Government of India, PCCFs and chief wildlife wardens from various states, senior forest and wildlife officers, wildlife experts, scientists and researchers from the Wildlife Institute of India and other institutions, representatives of NGOs, conservation organizations and all other distinguished guests present here today for the national level World Elephant Day celebrations 2026. I also welcome members of the media and everyone watching, joining us through various media platforms. Elephants are a symbol of India's wild heritage. They are the guardians of our forests, custodians of our ecological balance, and a living connection to our national legacy. Under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, India has strengthened its commitment to elephant conservation, from expanding elephant reserves and protecting critical corridors to strengthening Project Elephant, adopting technology-driven monitoring and addressing human-elephant conflict with greater urgency. This is clearly evident that since 2014, the number of elephant reserves has increased from 26 to 33. Alongside 150 identified elephant corridors, strengthening protection for these magnificent animals and their habitats. Andhra Pradesh too has a unique elephant story. Our state is home to around 132 to 142 wild elephants. This is not only our pride but also a responsibility to protect them and their habitats. After I took charge as a Minister for Environment and Forest, several instances of human-elephant conflict in areas such as Palamaneru and the Parvatipuram Manyam region came to my notice. I visited Karnataka and discussed the issue with the government of Karnataka. Through the MOU between the two forest departments, Andhra Pradesh received 4 Kunki elephants and we established a dedicated Kunki training center at Musallimadugu. I sincerely thank the government of Karnataka, especially former Chief Minister Sri Siddaramaiah ji, former Forest Minister Sri Ishwar Khandre ji, and Honorable Chief Minister Sri D.K. Shivkumar ji, along with the Karnataka Forest Department for their continued support. This is not simply cooperation between two states, it's a cooperation for people, for nature and for wildlife. Our Kumkis have already supported 15 conflict elephant operations, contributing to a 70% reduction in human deaths caused by elephants, and helping to reduce crop damage and protect livelihoods. We have also started training in our own Kumkis. One of them has already been deployed in nearby a place called Parvatipuram to strengthen our human-elephant conflict response. It is our privilege to transform human-elephant conflict into human-elephant coexistence. From a conflict to coexistence is the motto, and that's what we've been going towards to fulfill it. Kumkis are the only one part of a larger strategy. We have initiated a program from the state government. It's called Hanuman, which the acronym stands for Healing and Nurturing Units for Monitoring, Aid and Nursing of Wildlife. Hanuman, a novel and comprehensive human-wildlife conflict management system with a dedicated institutional mechanism to enhance rapid response capacity, mainstream technology, streamline compensation, empower communities, was launched in March 2026. We have deployed 100 dedicated vehicles, including 93 rapid response vehicles and 7 wildlife ambulances. This initiative has already started showing quite encouraging results, with more than 200 wild animals rescued and 30 plus wild animals driving operation carried out. Conservation is not the government's responsibility alone. It must become a people's movement by engaging communities. We are implementing same through Hanuman. We should reach a situation where a farmer should be able to cultivate without fear. A village should receive a timely warnings. So forest team should have the best tools and training, and wildlife should have a safe and connected habitats. And I would like to let us remember the success of conservation is not keeping a wildlife away from people. It is creating a future where people and wildlife can safely share the same landscape. Let's build a future where development has a conscience, conservation has a purpose, and both people and wildlife have a place in our tomorrow. And on this special occasion, I would like to, when I entered into this venue, I have realized about the sketches and paintings done by the school children. It's very happy to learn that the Project Elephant division, on behalf of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, has organized a mass awareness campaign on elephant conservation across the country. The campaign witnessed participation from more than 20 lakh students from 21,450 schools across India in painting competitions, awareness programs, and plantation drives. I deeply appreciate the enthusiasm, wholehearted participation of young students and young minds. Their energy and commitment made this campaign a very meaningful movement for conservation. And I thank you all the children, all the school authorities for this. And I'd like to say, let's build a future where development has a conscience, conservation has a purpose, and both people and wildlife have a place in our tomorrow. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for those words. The initiatives taken under your leadership have resulted in a reduction of the human-elephant conflict in the state of Andhra, besides highlighting the important project Hanuman, which we are sure that can be replicated with suitable adaptations in other states. Thank you very much, sir. I now take this opportunity to invite Honorable Minister of State, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, to kindly deliver his address.
Thank you. Namaskar. Good morning, everybody. Present here is the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Pawan Kalyanji. Thank you, sir, for your time. Secretary MOEF CC Shri Tanmay Kumarji, Director General of Forests and Special Secretary Shri Sushil Kumar Awasthi ji, Shri Kantilal Danda ji, who is the Principal Secretary Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri P.V. Chalpati Rao ji, PCCF, HOF and CWLW, Government of Andhra Pradesh, ADGF Wildlife and the head of the steering committee for elephants, Shri Ramesh Kumar Pandey ji. There are many senior officers from the ministry present here, senior officers of the government of Andhra Pradesh, PCCFs, foresters, experts, media friends, and of course, our students. It's an honor and a pleasure to be with you here today, and a special honor to give away the prizes to our frontline staff. It is they who face the ire and the dangers of not only the elephants, but also the local people and the farmers and the families of people who die in the human-elephant conflicts. So thank you to our frontline staff. Talking about our Project Elephant, as has been mentioned earlier, it has achieved great success, especially under the direction and the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister. I would not like to go into the statistics of it, but along with the success in conservation of elephants, we have also come face to face with the rising challenges of the human-elephant conflict, whether it is destruction of crops, disturbance of livelihoods, deaths of people, and also deaths of elephants. And the ministry has developed a very detailed framework, the elephant conservation plans, which help to bring different administrative units together and improve the coordination and implementation at the field level, which is the requirement of the day. We are also making a greater use of science and technology in elephant conservation. A comprehensive genetic database of captive elephants is being developed through DNA sampling. And our Gaj Suchna mobile application, it is also being used to monitor individual captive elephants. And it is there to study the behavioral patterns of elephants, because without that, we cannot hope for any success when we talk about managing the conflicts. The capacity strengthening is very important, and to strengthen the capacity of a frontline personnel, the ministry, in collaboration with the WII, Wildlife Institute of India, and WWF India, they have prepared a field manual on managing human-elephant conflict. And this manual has also been translated into many other languages, especially where there's a greater situation of such conflicts. The health and welfare of captive elephants also remains a priority, and guidelines on foot care, elephant care, management, and tusk trimming have been issued to support their safe and ethical care. And at the same time, like I said earlier, we must also recognize the people who work tirelessly for elephant conservation. The Gaj Gaurav Awards have been established to acknowledge the contribution of forest guards, trackers, mahawats, veterinarians, zookeepers, and the local communities who play such an important role in protecting the elephants and their habitats, and also give so much knowledge to us from their fieldwork. Another area which requires constant attention is elephant deaths due to train collisions. And the ministry is working closely with the Ministry of Railways to identify vulnerable railway stretches and implement measures such as underpasses, overpasses, ramps, fencing, and early warning systems so that these deaths can be prevented. The ministry is also working with the power sector to reduce risks posed to elephants from transmission infrastructure. And these collective challenges are complex, but with continued cooperation between different sectors, I'm confident that we can make meaningful progress in this area. Like it was mentioned earlier, our conservation efforts have also included not only enlarging our elephant reserves, but we have also set up 3 new elephant reserves, Lembru in Chhattisgarh, Agastya Malai in Tamil Nadu, and the Terai in Uttar Pradesh. So, as we talk about our achievements in elephant conservation, we must also give due attention to the new problems that our successive conservation efforts have given rise to. You all on the field, our officers, and we as politicians, we constantly face the criticism from human deaths, from crop raiding, from destruction of livelihoods. We face the criticism at the policy level, and our field staff directly faces the anger and the ire of the people who are affected. And this is the big question before us, that how can we ensure the conservation efforts which not only protect the lives and livelihoods of elephants, but also the livelihoods of the communities which live and reside in these areas. From till now, when we talk about elephant-human conflict, if you picturize it, it generally generates a sense of helplessness. What to do when a herd of elephants is raiding a village, or is a person is being killed, trampled. And our solutions till now have really mostly been reactive solutions. Beating of drums, setting up of electric fencing, firing of crackers, setting up of fires. That have been our solutions. The isolated solutions depend on isolated incidences, but till now we did not have a comprehensive, connected, well-informed, action-taking process as to how to tackle this increasing problem. If you look at the statistics, they also show an alarming rate of increase of human deaths. The elephant deaths are more or large remain constant, but there's been a great rise, especially in certain areas, of the human deaths involved. And what we require today are proactive measures which are based on science and research. And the increasing research in this field has also thrown up some very interesting facts about the nature of conflicts and also the nature of elephants. And it is important to correlate this existing data and to form solutions which can prevent and reduce these conflicts and the effects later on. Our approach to conservation is increasingly being guided by scientific evidence. And studies conducted by the Wildlife Institute of India, they have analyzed more than 2 decades, as Panditji mentioned, almost 30 years of actual human-animal conflict data is there. And it has helped to identify mortality patterns, conflict hotspots, and other major causes of elephant deaths. And this is the kind of research and work on it which will help us move towards more effective and preventive approaches to conflict management. I believe yesterday's presentations were very interesting, and I regret that I wasn't present there yesterday. And it showcased some commendable initiatives taken by states such as Karnataka, Jharkhand, and Maharashtra. And we need to have more connection, more, as the word goes, as a knowledge sharing between states and between our departments, so that these steps can be correlated and also used by other states also. The presentations also established that the human-elephant conflict cannot have a simple solution. There is no one-size-fits-all solution to these problems. It is a very complex problem, and it requires coordinated action and very well-researched solutions. Elephant itself is a complex creature, very much like humans. It is matriarchal, it is social, it is intelligent. It is a significant animal not only because of its size or appetite, but for the fact that unlike other species that we strive to conserve and preserve, it does not go into hiding. It moves in large herds, and wherever it moves, it throws up a feeling of fear, of panic, of alarm. So it is important to study the reasons why these conflicts are increasing, why the human deaths are increasing, what is the condition of the habitat, is it being fragmented, are the elephant corridors being disturbed, is there a lack of food in the forest now, or is it just the lure or the allure of passion to the crops that we are growing. So the comprehensive data that was available for the past 25, 30 odd years, our steering committee headed by Panditji and his team, they did very intensive, diligent work, research work for 5 years, going to the field, working with the people involved, holding stakeholder consultations, validating the data on the ground, and after the 5 years of very extensive research, they have come up with the regional action plan for the southern states, including Andhra Pradesh, which is the first of its kind action plan. And I'm sure it'll help to mitigate and reduce the human-animal conflict, human-elephant conflict that we are talking about today. But along with the plan, finance is also very important. And it is surprising that a project this size, conservation of elephants throughout the entire country, till now was only supplemented with 20 or 30 crore rupees. But I'm very happy and I'm very grateful to DG Forest and the committee of CAMPA, headed by the DG Forest, for the approval of 500 crores of rupees. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, CAMPA. Because without this funding, we cannot really hope to handle this immense problem that is before us. And last but not the least, the committee, the steering committee, and our ministry, we always had the constant encouragement and approval and the guidance of our Honorable Cabinet Minister, Shri Bhupendra Yadavji. It is very sad that he is not being here today on this very important occasion when we are releasing the regional state plan for these states, the regional action plans for these states. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about the conservation of elephants, as our minister, the Deputy Chief Minister rightly said, it is not just the responsibility of a ministry or a department. It is a shared responsibility. It requires a combined effort of governments, scientists, frontline forest personnel, local communities, civil society, and the citizens. Elephant landscapes have gone beyond administrative boundaries. Elephants travel over large distances, and states need to work in tandem rather than alone, rather than silos. Our forest officers should promptly alert neighboring states wherever elephant herds are moving across. And that would enable a coordinated response and ensure the safe passage of elephants. And I would request all stakeholders present here to work out a framework for coordinated landscape level actions, balancing elephant conservation with the safety of the livelihood of our citizens and people. And as we commemorate World Elephant Day, let us also renew our commitment to creating landscapes where elephants can move freely, forests remain healthy, and communities can live safely and prosper alongside these rightly called kings of the forest. So we have to work together to ensure that the elephant, which has such a big, not only a religious symbol in our country, but also has been the proud carrier of warriors, rajas, maharajas in battlefields. And we have to ensure that it continues to remain a living symbol of our India's rich natural heritage, not only for us, but we all. Minister Shri Pawan Kalyan ji and the government of Andhra Pradesh for hosting this very important program. And of course, the National Museum of Natural History, their director, Naz ma'am, and their staff, which have helped to engage. I was surprised to hear the numbers. More than 20 lakh students have been engaged. That's how you create a sensitivity about the elephant for the future generations. That's how you create a thought of how the young generations, when they are steering our country towards our, like it was mentioned, for a brighter and better future, and increasing our conservation efforts, strengthening our conservation efforts, we have to sensitize them now. And 20 lakhs is a huge number. So I'd like to congratulate again Director of Natural History Museum and the staff for the very successful painting program that was held today. And of course, thank you all for being here today and your time. And my best wishes in our objective of not only to conserve the elephant, but also help to reduce elephant-human conflicts in the coming days. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Under your guidance, the elephant conservation agenda can only be strengthened further. Thank you so much. I would now request the Chief Wildlife Warden, Andhra Pradesh, to kindly felicitate the dignitaries on the dais. to the various people, communities involved in securing a future for our elephants. I would like to make special mention of the NMNH team, which was mentioned by Honorable Minister, for garnering a support to the tune of 20 lakh students across the country, which took the message of elephant conservation far and wide. I would also like to thank Prabhakar Madam, who arranged the awareness campaigns, the various programs at the local level in Andhra as well as Visakhapatnam. And last but not the least, the school children who were involved in this huge effort across the conservation, which I'm sure is going to strengthen and take the elephant agenda forward. You're all aware that today's function proceeded with a brainstorming session, an interaction session, a thoroughly engaging session on human-wildlife elephant interactions, about human-elephant interactions, and about elephant conservation in general. 18 really strong presentations were made from various organizations, institutes, states. A special mention to the Director of Wildlife Institute of India and his team, Dr. Parag Nigam at the Elephant Cell, who organized those really engaging sessions. Nobody got bored right from the morning till the evening, sir. It was a thoroughly engaging session. The various chief wildlife wardens involved in the presentations, the state officials who were involved in the presentations, I can express only the greatest gratitude to them. I would be failing if I not place on record the efforts made by the Andhra Pradesh Forest Department under the leadership of Honorable Minister, the Chief Wildlife Warden and HOF, the Divisional Forest Officer Visakhapatnam, a special mention for him, who took painstaking efforts to organize this particular function. In the end, I would like to thank the officials from the ministry who are present here, Secretary EF and CC, DGF and Special Secretary, who took time out of their schedules and came and graced the occasion. Most importantly, Honorable Deputy CM from his extremely busy schedule, who graced this extremely important occasion, and which shows the level at which interventions and engagements are taking place at the highest levels for elephant conservation. Honorable Minister of State, Shri Kirtivardhan Singh Ji, in spite of the Parliament session being on, he is here. His visit, I think, preceded with another visit from abroad. A very special thanks to you, sir, for gracing the occasions of World Elephant Day here in Visakhapatnam. So thank you all. I would now request all the dignitaries on the dais to take part in a signature campaign which is right outside, which will only encourage the morale of the students who have arranged that. So I request all the dignitaries to kindly proceed toward the signature campaign, and of course a small exhibition too. Steering committee members are requested to proceed to the adjoining hall. We will